vivo, G4 presenta El Gicador contra El Nerdo Loco y Internacional Fenómeno. ¡Ataca the show!
Crusty Kevin Pereira coming to you live from the G4 studios in Los Angeles. Well, I like to think so. It's Pi Day Eve, everybody. It's going down. It's getting messy.
On the show today, a water jetpack.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And around the net, we'll reveal what we're calling the greatest invention in the history of the world. Hey, take that, cotton gin.
What?
Water jetpack takes
You just called out the cotton gin. You're crazy, Mom.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Plus, we'll download the best iPhone apps out there. Today, we'll look at a special Valentine's Day app, a video game Hill, and a biorhythm NFL predictor that claims to know the outcome of football games, huh? Go LeBron, huh? What up? Steelers?
No, I agree. I think the Cardinals are going to get it fade away at the clock.
Yeah.
Boom! Right in the goal.
Yep.
It's going to be
Hole
sweet.
in one.
All right,
Hole
plus,
in one.
in the loop, we're embedded into the Cell Wars of '09. Ooh, it's Apple versus Palm. Need a little prompting. General Jobs and his army received a multi-touch patent this week, and they're threatening lawsuits against Palm. We'll get you up to date. Relax, everybody. It's going to be fine. Just chill out.
You don't have a palm. Don't worry.
Then we head into the Asian underground with film experts Chris Gore and Jeff Wong to look at some martial arts mayhem. Today, we look at the films Kung Fu Fighter, No Pandas, and Tokyo Gore Police.
Time now to run down the top 5 things on the web. Going around the net.
I was just running it down.
Important to me because it is.
I didn't already stop clapping. I'm sorry.
Wait till you hear what number 5 is.
What do you got?
Have you, Kevin, or anybody at home ever dreamed of noisily hovering over a still body of water?
Yes.
Well, then you want to sit up, stop clapping, and pay attention to today's number 5.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing. Some mad scientists from Germany, home of the ShamWow, have cobbled together something that they call the Jet-Lev Flyer. So now you can actually get a sunburn and become deaf at the same time. Incredible. They've matched it up. It's great. This clip is made even more epic, though, with the theme from 2001 by composer Richard Strauss.
Oh. If slightly useless, but this man is not the first to build a water-chugging flying machine.
No.
Back in the 80s, one of history's greatest minds dreamed of flying on water and did the impossible.
That's right. The water-powered jetpack was actually first invented by the Leonardo da Vinci of duct tape.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Angus MacGyver.
Yeah! Woo!
About. You want to know what I was talking about? That was it.
Well, I'd like to know who that was with MacGyver, because all I remember was...
Oh, in the last episode, MacGyver actually managed to slap together a son.
What?
Well, yeah, he had some modeling clay and speaker wire, and boom, he's got a kid. He's amazing. Amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Look real lifelike.
If we keep whispering, it means it's more amazing.
Amazing. What passes for presidential humor is usually, it's sort of watching the most powerful man in the world tripping down a flight of stairs or invading the wrong country. Whoopsie. Oh, sorry.
My bad. But today's number 4 is a funny anecdote told by Bush Sr.
As we rounded the corner, I'll never forget it, I saw one of the ugliest and angriest women I have ever seen in my entire life. Boy, she was really bad. And she charged my car with a sign. I don't see why the Secret Service let her up that click, right next to the window. Stay out of my womb. No problem, lady. And
you know, he tells jokes that I just couldn't get away with telling. Can you imagine what they would do to me if I told that joke he told up here?
But that does raise the question, how ugly was that protester? Because if, in case you forgot, here's the womb that Bush Sr. liked to hang out in. Just throwing it out there. I bet it's roomy. I bet it's roomy with some nice antiques, maybe. You know? I don't know for sure. Allegedly.
Oh, that was good.
Allegedly.
That was good. Do another one. Do another one.
Okay. I believe in that picture she was addressing the Continental Army at Valley Forge. Because she's old. That woman is old. Just a bunch of
you didn't.
Bunch of dust and broken plumbing. You know what I mean? That's all it is. That's all it is.
Do another one. Do another.
What do you want a general one? What do you want?
Do a Lord of the Rings one.
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
okay.
Do it.
I believe that photo was taken just before she led the charge of the orcs into Helm's Deep. Boom! Too soon!
I agree. I'll move on. I will move us on. I will move us on, audience.
What the hell did I say?
Today's number 3 item comes to us from Neil Cicierega, better known as the synth pop band Lemon Demon, and even better known as the guy behind the Potter Puppet Pals.
Yes. This is an infectious nerd music factory, and they're back after December's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pokemon with a new song about fake plastic blood, and I gotta warn you, this little bad boy will get in your head.
Today I bought a box. It's full of fake plastic food. It's not real food. I wrote a song about it.
Drumsticks, cake mix, watermelon, taco shells, soda pop, lemon, apple, olive oil, Cheerios. Toy food like real food is toy food, not real food. Do not eat hamburger. Helper.
Song also doubles as a public service announcement. I sure wish someone had told me that toy food isn't real food.
Look, I told you that if you just keep thinking about digesting, you're gonna be just fine. Concentrate. Your body will...
Bunny go poop poop.
Oh, mine made a boom boom.
Feels good when you poop sometimes.
Today's number 2 item on Around the Net comes to us from YouTube user Djibouti Dubs.
Now, the premise is simple. He takes... Would you like to say that name again? Because apparently everybody loves it. Yeah.
YouTube user Djibouti Dubs.
Okay, the premise is simple. He takes infomercials, mostly starring Billy Mays, and redubs the voices, turning bland product demonstrations into a glimpse into barely contained insanity.
Well, Billy is not bland, but that's okay. Here he is, giving us a unique pitch on ShamWow. Well, it's the competitor to ShamWow, if you will. It's called the Zorbies.
Billy Mays here with another fantastic product. It's called Zorbies, and it's going to clean up all your stains. Look at that with its ultra-absorbent material. It cleans up all that, and guess what? You can just wring that out when you want. This powerful vacuum action just pulls and cleans, and it cleans it right out. Check that out. Brand new. Those household cotton towels just don't cut it anymore, and they smell like my doesn't smell like it smells good, even after you clean up all that. Look at that. It's great for cars, and it's great for dogs, and it cleans your windows.
Wow.
Too hot for TV. Maybe after hours we can have Billy on. But...
And of course, that is not the only product that's been redubbed into something far more entertaining than the original commercial.
Yes. I wonder if science knows any way to make, I don't know, Mighty Putty look more insane than it already is.
Billy Mays here with another fantastic product. It's called Mighty Putty. It's going to fix, fill, and seal all of your problems. green to white technology is going to happen. You just put this on, and guess what? Optimus Prime can't even tear the off. Your fat ass broke a chair. Why not just fix it? Look at that. Arts and crafts, whatever. I don't even. Okay, mail. Why not a chain? A chain. You can put your hand under the brick, and it'll work.
Just put your hand under the brick, it'll work, it's fine.
So it looks like there was a way to make that pudding more interesting.
That was good. You just stay away from Vince Offer, buddy, because that guy is my meal ticket.
By the way, just got his movie on Netflix. It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Shane Wildguy has a movie.
I can't have the half-star comedy.
Something like that.
So good.
Still ahead, our number one video is, lucky for us, lucky for me, it's Pie, Pie, Pie.
Yes. We celebrate National Pie Week when Re-Return is coming up. Just put your hand better in, it'll work.
Around the Net is brought to you by Kia Motors. To learn more, visit kia.com.
Week in January has been officially renamed National Pie Week by us here at Tag of the Show. And we thought maybe this would be a fun thing for us, but apparently the entire world has responded.
Yes, Proposition Pie is what I'm calling it. To honor our week of pie, here's a love song a fan created about me and my adoration of pie.
You know, Olivia, ever since the first time I saw you, I knew I loved you. Be my Wonder Woman, fly in your invisible jet. I wanna read your blog every day, every post. Watch Attack of the Show, cause you're my favorite host. I wanna be your pie, be your apple pie, be your banana pie, be your cherry pie, key lime pie. I wanna be your kidney pie, I'll be any type of pie. I wanna be your pie.
He would like to be your pie.
Well, thank you, internets. Tens of thousands of people have signed our petition, and now it's time for an update.
Here's some breaking pie news. Yes. All right, as you know, yesterday we reached the milestone of 25,000 signatures on our petition, ensuring that Olivia would, in fact, jump into a giant pie in a French-made costume, mind you. So that happened.
I did agree to this, and I will do it proudly.
Well, and if we reach 50,000 signatures, which it looks like we're going to, Olivia, you agreed to jump into the pie as a sexy French maid.
Yeah. Yes, I agreed to this as well. Not proudly, though, but I'll still do it.
You'll still do it, yeah.
I'll tell my mom not to watch.
Let's see how many signatures we're at as of the top of today's show, just about 15 minutes ago. Here it is.
See?
Bam! That's a lot of signatures.
47,420.
That's good.
Yeah. Now, if I may, I would like to up the ante even more.
Oh, please.
All
Please.
right?
What do you got in mind?
Okay, so we did a naughty French maid for 50,000, all right?
We're skinny dipping in some pies. Is that what's going on?
Please.
Oh, blueberry. Oh, I'm crusty.
If we reach 100,000 signatures.
Yeah, you gotta, the buff?
Will you jump in the pie with me?
For 100,000?
Yes,
No, we're not gonna get it. It took us like it took us a whole week to get to like almost 50. So yes, I would do it. Okay, fine.
Great.
But
if we reach 100,000, will you jump into the pie with me dressed as a French maid with me?
This is a French maid?
And we can braid each other's hair.
Oh, that'd
in the
be fun.
pie.
Not a sexy French maid, but I will.
Normal French maid?
If you want me to, if we get to 100,000, which we won't, great. I will do it as a French maid.
Okay. Deal.
Done.
I think we can do it.
Look, we're almost to 50,000.
Well, people doubted that we could do 50, and look at us now.
Well, we got about 24 hours to make that happen. So we're almost there. Go to g4tv.com/pie and sign the petition. And remember, the huge event goes down tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here live on Attack of the Show.
That's right. This whole National Pie Week is serious business.
Yes.
So serious, in fact, that we made a public service announcement to get the word out.
Yes, the stimulus pie plan is what America needs, and it's what America's going to get.
What is pie?
It's an American tradition.
It's delicious.
It comes in banana flavors.
What is pie?
Olivia eats it.
It is my greatest love.
What is pie?
I want to cover myself in it.
National Pie Week.
Pie Week.
Make it a reality.
Now.
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 National Pie Week. Sign the petition. Make it a reality.
I want a week for pie. I love it so much. It hurts.
Pie we can. Pie we can. Pie we can. Pie we can. Tune into Daily Viral Fix and check out all the viral videos we have to offer. Go to g4tv.com/around the net. Pie we can, Olivia.
It's a new day. Everybody, it's been less than a year since Apple launched their App Store. It's a new day.
It's
a different day.
Okay.
Okay, so it's been a year since Apple launched their App Store for the iPhone, and the virtual racks are already cluttered with different applications for you at home to buy.
Yes, so we did some digging for you and narrowed the field down to find some of the best iPhone apps out there. Everyone has Facebook, Shazam, and Urban Spoon on their iPhone. To really trick it out, you need to hook it up with some applications that not everyone knows about. Check out these 3 off-the-map apps that promise to come in handy. First, check out Easy Writer. One of the biggest complaints about the iPhone is the tiny keyboard that makes sending emails difficult. Well, Easy Writer fixes that. The wider keyboard makes you type faster with much greater accuracy. You can even increase or reduce the font size to show more text. And best of all, this incredibly useful app is free. Download it now and tell the BlackBerry users to suck it. Next is Silent Hill, The Escape. This game doesn't cut corners and includes all of the original gameplay of the console version. Featuring surprisingly detailed graphics and awesome sound effects created just for the iPhone. Shoot your way through levels ranging from an abandoned hospital to a frigid subway with just a dim flashlight and your gun to guide your way. The phone's accelerometer is used to aim your weapon while you blast your way through level after level. This first-person shooter is a real step forward in game development for the iPhone, so don't be scared off by its $7.99 price tag. Finally, with the Super Bowl approaching, lots of people are going to be making friendly wagers on the outcome. So how do you get an advantage? Try out BioMatch NFL, an innovative app that uses birth dates to calculate the biorhythms of the players on each team. This information might just help you figure out who's going to come out on top. Just choose the starting lineups for each team and let BioMatch do its thing. Download it now for $1.99 and have a leg up this Sunday. That's it for our exploration into applications unknown. So go hit a Wi-Fi hotspot, download these, and win at life. All right, want to show you a couple others. First, we're going to look at this, it's the eye hand massage app, perfect for re-energizing your tired hands, including the hands between your thighs, I guess. That's all it's good for, is helping your hands. There are 3 different speeds. You got low, medium, and Pereira. And there are also 3 different settings. There's pulse, steady, and mix, which is sort of a variation between the two, okay. Olivia. The app is 99 cents, and it's that easy.
Does it feel like a massage?
Yeah, so here you go. You can set your time. Let's go like 1 minute. You hit start, and look at that. Oh.
That's just annoying.
Yeah. No, but it's the good kind of
It just seems like you're getting a call.
Shh, don't ruin this phone. Don't ruin this phone.
Get off of me.
Well, I'm just saying, and it's good, you know?
Not really. It doesn't feel like a massage.
It's 99 cents. You can get off.
All right. Well, I guess you put it somewhere else. Hold on.
Yeah. All right.
That was Pereira setting. I know that.
That was it. No more having to like give kids quarters at payphones and tell them to page you while it's the pager's in your pocket or anything. Well,
that's what you do?
No, I'm
going to move on. We're going to check out the Valentine and Love Cards application, okay? So having a girlfriend is a major nuisance around Valentine's Day. And this economy... Or any day, yeah. Yes. But the economy kind of sucks right now, so you need to find ways to please her on the cheap. And that's why you should spend...
The eye hand massager.
No.
Oh, what? Oh, sorry. I thought we were just talking about the same app.
The $1.99 on this app. Okay?
Oh, right. Right.
cards. So there are 3 different templates: pattern, picture, and photo. Customizable text with adjustable font types, sizes, and colors.
That's a lot of customizing.
Yes, you can resize and customize photos using the 2-finger pinch. Now, there are currently over 45 different templates with more on the way. So right now, I got a little picture of you.
Oh, there's a photo
I'm just
of me.
going to add a
So we're gonna add a little text? What are you writing? Huh? What are you going to write there? What are you putting down there? What are you texting to that phone? What are you typing into that
Wait.
iPhone? What are you going to type in there? What are you going to make happen?
Stupid iPhone.
Something happen on that screen? You putting a little message? What kind of message you putting in there? You using fonts? What are you doing there? You pinching and pulling? What's happening here? This is...
Oh, wait, there it is, guys.
Oh! What is...
Bunny go poop poop.
Oh, can I... Yay. I don't know. Bunny. All right. That's worth $2. Right now... Are we good?
No, I'm done.
Okay, good. All right. Right now it's time for the only... Do you want the eye hand massager back?
No.
You should.
Well,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you. It's time for the only news you need to know. Here's Layla Kaylee in the feed headlines.
Thanks, guys. Here's what's coming up in the feed. First, that deadline for the switch over to digital TV is now back to the original date of February 17th. We'll tell you what happened. Plus, the stars may be getting a lot bigger and a lot brighter over on YouTube. And you won't believe the things you can find when you use Google Earth. It's all coming your way in just a few minutes. But first, back to you guys.
All right, still ahead, Apple was awarded a multi-touch patent, and Palm, well, they're getting a little sweaty.
Oh, I see what you did
Sweaty
there.
palms, right? A big legal battle seems like it's on the horizon between the two companies, and we'll discuss the ramifications in the loop.
Then we'll go deep into the Asian underground with film experts Chris Gore and Jeff Wong. We'll explore the Tokyo Gore Club and dish out a little bit of kung fu.
And later in Blog Watch, we'll buy the popcorn and soda combo and check out all the best movie vlogs out there on the web. Stay tuned, everybody. Hold on. 50,000, ladies and gentlemen. 50,000 signatures. Done.
What
Done.
was
This
that?
happened. Who did it?
Jay Brown.
Jay
Jay
Brown.
Brown, number 50,000.
Well done.
Question.
Jay Brown was also number 23,000 through 27,000, by the way.
Now that we know that we can get 50,000 signatures on Pi,
Yes.
do you think we should actually dedicate our time to doing something good with the... Oh, no.
No. 50,000! Skip me mine! It's gonna happen.
100,000! Skip me up.
It's so not happening. Welcome back, everybody. We are live and about to get jiggity with the journalism. What?
What? You mean the feed?
Yeah, the news you need to know. That stuff.
In tandem here in Hollywood, Apple...
The Feed with Layla Kaylee.
Hey guys, I've got your top stories for the 29th of January. Now on Monday, the Senate voted to postpone the date of the nationwide switch to digital TV, and yesterday, the House of Representatives blocked that move. So now Americans only have until February 17th to upgrade their analog gear. House Republicans voted against the delay, and it failed to get the 2/3 needed to pass. Democrats and consumer groups want to postpone the switch because they're worried that many people haven't received government-issued coupons to purchase new digital converter boxes, and on February 18th will wake up to see only static on their TVs. Now, YouTube is in the middle of negotiations with one of the top agencies in Hollywood to put more stars on their internet videos. The William Morris agency, who represents stars like Mel Gibson, Natalie Portman, and Jackie Chan, is one of the oldest and most respected agencies in Hollywood, and they're close to signing a deal that would give their clients a piece of the advertising pie for any videos they might create and post on YouTube. Right now, YouTube is mostly amateur videos, and this would bring the popular video sharing website some major star power. Now, if you suspect that your ISP is slower than usual, you can check with Google to see if your suspicions are on point. Yesterday, Google Labs released something called Measurement Lab, and you can use a feature within it called GlassNOS that measures whether BitTorrent is being blocked or purposely slowed down on your internet connection by your ISP. And you don't need to be a smarty pants or a hacker to use GlassNOS. All you need is a current version of Java. And it looks like this is a school for net neutrality. All of the findings on MLab's site will be completely public. The Army is rushing to recall over 16,000 plates of body armor because they don't think it offers enough protection. Last year, the Pentagon's Inspector General reported that both the Army and the Marines had bought billions of dollars worth of ceramic body armor without testing it. According to the Washington Times, the body plates which the Army is now recalling are part of this same batch of untested armor. And finally, 2 farmers in Switzerland got busted by police for growing crops of marijuana on their land. And the thing that tipped authorities off was believe it or not, Google Earth. The Swiss police were investigating a drug ring and they suspected that there were marijuana crops hidden inside a field of corn. One trip to Google Earth proved their suspicions correct, so they were able to arrest 16 people and seized almost $1 million in cash as well as over 2,000 pounds of pot. Gosh, I wonder what they did with it. Well, that's it for today, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Get all the news you need to know anytime at g4tv.com. I'm Layla Cayley, and you've just been fed.
Thanks, Layla. Now it's time for some Asian film mayhem.
Yes, today's brand of mayhem includes super criminals that hurt themselves on purpose so that they can turn their wounds into weapons. Seriously. Time for Chris Gore and Jeff Wong to head into the Asian underground.
So you think you've seen the best in martial arts mayhem? Think again. Kung Fu Fighter is an assault on the senses. And we've got that and more in today's Asian Underground. Joining me here today at my favorite import DVD store in Los Angeles, Spin Fusion, is my esteemed colleague, Jeff Wong. You've got to tell me about Kung Fu Fighter. The action looks awesome.
Yeah, Kung Fu Fighter is a movie set in 1930s China where a reckless but kind-hearted martial artist is in search of his father. He finds himself in the middle of a mob war between two local triad bosses. He also finds himself adopted by sort of this martial artist master family that owns and operates this restaurant.
The action is definitely old school, incredible. You got to tell me, how do they pull all this off?
The martial arts choreography in this film is really paying an homage to sort of how old school kung fu films were shot. There's a lot of long action sequences, a lot of long takes. Like we saw in Kung Fu Hustle, starts out and builds up to a major final battle sequence with a lot of special effects thrown in there.
All right, Jeff, you're always throwing me some crazy anime. What are we looking at today?
This show is called Gurren Lagann, and it basically follows a group of rebels who live in sort of this desert wasteland. They found a giant mecha robot, and they use that to fight against these pirate-like beastmen that have sort of been ravaging the planet.
Tell me about the art and anime.
Well, this film was done by the studio Gainax. It was founded by a bunch of fans of anime. They're always trying to sort of push the medium in terms of style and design and animation techniques and ultimately storytelling. These guys do a great job. They take a long time to make their shows, but when they do, I'm always looking forward to it.
Okay, now, Jeff, I saw Tokyo Gore Police at Fantastic Fest in Austin, Texas on the big screen. This thing makes Machine Girl look like a Meryl Streep movie.
Yeah, Tokyo Gore Police is set in this future where all of the police agencies have been privatized and they're all part of corporations. It follows one of their detectives who is a hunter of what is essentially these sort of biomutants. They're called engineers, and basically the premise is that any open wound they have, they can grow sort of a bioweapon out of it. In one of the opening sequences, a guy loses his arm, and then a chainsaw grows out of it, and then he goes on to this big fight with the main character.
It's cool. It's satirical in the way that Paul Verhoeven's RoboCop was.
Yeah, it is. It reminded me a lot of RoboCop in that in the movie there are actually commercials throughout for the police force. There's also this weird, like, cute commercial advertising this razor blade that you can cut your wrists with, but it's really cute. So it's a lot like Verhoeven's political satires like RoboCop and Starship Troopers. So it's not necessarily a horror film, but it has that level of gore in it to keep horror fans satiated.
Biomutants with machine gun appendages, Jeff, I feel like you finally get me. It's not easy to find the good stuff, but we'll keep bringing it to you in Asian Underground.
Show would like to wish you all a very happy Chinese New Year. It is the year of the ox, so if you're following at home, ox comes off the menu now. But now that the year of the rat is over, bon appetit.
Oh.
It's really good with some soy sauce and mandarin oranges. Now let's go over to our war correspondent, Geraldo Pereira.
Oh, I wish I had his mustache. Earlier this week, the first shot was officially fired in the Great Cell War of '09 when Apple was granted a patent for the multi-touch phone. And now they have Palm in their crosshairs. The Loop, that one, investigates. Joining me from New York to help make sense of it all, senior editor for Silicon Alley Insider, Dan Fromer, is here. How are you, Dan?
Great. You, Kevin?
I'm doing very well, thanks. I'm a little concerned. I'm a little hurt. I was looking forward to the Palm Pre, and now all signs point to, I mean, nobody knows. And since the release of the iPhone, Apple has threatened to go after anyone who dares release a multi-touch anything. And now the Palm Pre, it sort of threatens to take them on. So what exactly is Apple doing right now, Dan?
You know, that's a great question. I wish I knew. I asked them, and of course they won't tell me. There's a few things they could be doing. First of all, they got a patent granted earlier this month for multi-touch stuff, for gestures, for things like that. There's some stuff it covers, some it doesn't. So in theory, they could go after Palm and maybe get the Pre blocked somehow. I don't really know if that's possible. Or they could wait and see how the Pre does, and maybe someday go after them and say, hey, you owe us a bunch of money. Or they could just do nothing with it and have this patent in case someone goes after them or whatever. Right. A lot of options. Obviously, they're not going to tell us ahead of time what they're going to do.
Well, of course. But it's interesting. I was reading up a little bit on it, and it shows that Apple has certain very specific patents on certain gestures and on certain areas of the phone. Like if there isn't a display, and we know that the Pre has that sort of gesture area down below. How many patents specifically do we know that does Apple hold on the iPhone and specifically on their multi-touch portion of that?
That's a good question. I know of the one that was recently approved. I'm sure there's a bunch pending.
Sure.
But I don't know offhand how many they have.
Well, the one that was just approved, was that specifically for multi-touch, as in more than one finger touching the screen, or was it for swiping in a certain direction to navigate through menus?
It's really long. It's like 350 pages long, so it's for a lot of stuff.
Okay.
It seems to me like it's for your mobile devices and some multi-touch stuff. But if you read, if you go down to the middle of it, there's a lot of weird stuff in there, too.
Right. Is there a rivalry between Apple and Palm? Because I know that Apple came out and said, we will, go after anybody who dare infringes upon our technology, and then Palm immediately put their peacock feathers out and said, well, back at you. Anybody who comes after us, we'll go after you. I mean, is there bad blood there now?
Well, I guess 10 years ago or something like that, Apple tried to buy them. That didn't happen. Those were during the days, after the Newton, during the Palm V or whatever was out then. There's certainly some bad blood now, I think, because John Rubinstein, who was, a very big executive at Apple, is now running engineering at Palm. There's other Apple people involved at Palm, engineers, marketing people, etc. And obviously, the Pre is a lot like the iPhone. It's getting a lot of attention. So, of course, Apple is going to be a little suspicious of what they're doing.
Now, Dan, Palm, I'm assuming, has 1,001 patents as well when it comes to cell phones or mobile communication devices or even general PDA interfaces. Could Apple be opening a sort of Pandora's patent box if they went after Palm over this? Could Palm then go in their files and say, well, guess what? Turns out the iPhone is traipsing all over X, Y, and Z?
Absolutely. Palm has been doing touch screens, way before Apple did. There's a great story at Engadget.com kind of doing an in-depth look into some of the Apple multi-touch patents and then also some of Palm's patents. Palm has a lot of stuff, touch screen stuff patented that, I don't know the details, but Apple could easily be violating some of Palm's patents.
Sure. And real quick, Dan, I'm always curious, what do you think? There's reports that say that Palm's case could actually be helped by Microsoft and their multi-touch Surface technology. We've all seen the demos of people putting drinks on coffee tables and ordering things and moving their hands around. Could Microsoft somehow be a player in this?
They could all be a player. I think the Surface computer is kind of a different device than a phone. But Microsoft is a huge company with a lot of money. They could get involved. They have Windows Mobile. They obviously don't want the iPhone to go after them. Google, who knows if they're going to do any multi-touch stuff with Android. But there's a lot of companies that can get involved. Apple may have this patent and Palm would have this patent. So I guess we're just going to have to see. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be fun to watch it unfold for sure. As long as that giant touchscreen map in the CNN Situation Room is okay, because I love it when they play with that thing. Dan, thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you, keeping us in the loop. Thanks a lot, buddy. Right now, let's go over to a girl who has her phone permanently affixed to her hand, Miss Olivia Munn.
Not right now. Still ahead in commercial. Still ahead, we're getting ready to run down the best blogs about the silver screen on Blog Watch. Stay tuned, everybody. Attack at the Show is coming right back.
I would do it again if I had to. Oh.
Hey.
Hey, audience.
Since it's National Pie Week, what's the greatest pie movie of all time?
American Pie.
Oh, good one.
Sweeney Todd.
Huh?
Pie.
Pie?
Darren Aronofsky. Pie. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah. Chip in his head, drilling. That's, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Black
Would you like
and white.
to know why?
Artsy? Why? Oh, what?
Well, because we're looking at the best movie blogs out there in Blogwise.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Movie award season is upon us, and that means it's time to catch up on all things film. If you don't have the coin to catch all of this year's must-sees, then check out these blogs so you can pretend like you did. First stop, themovieblog.com. This site is jam-packed with news, reviews, and articles on everything film, from potential award winners to which films, well, suck. The self-described home of correct movie opinions gives honest reviews and refuses to pull punches. While everyone else was busy drilling over Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler, these guys were bored to tears. They even said it has a stupider ending than The Sopranos. That's right, stupider. The site also offers several lists worth checking out, including the top 10 torture scenes, which features Braveheart and Oldboy. And it's no surprise that the blood-soaked Hostel takes 2 of the top spots. If the rumor game is more your thing, then head on over to slashfilm.com. Here you'll find the latest threads as Slash looks to make or break them. Will Sarah Connor turn up in this summer's Terminator Salvation? Well, these guys say it's looking good. And word on the Arrested Development movie is that it's purely hypothetical. Slash also posts video blogs from big events and tons of amazing fan fiction. Check out what The Dark Knight would look like as an NES game. Or watch Beastmaster Jr. tear it up with a sword.
I see that? I'm the Beastmaster.
Lastly, be sure to hit the alwayssolidchud.com. Even though the site's been around for a while, we keep coming back for more. Swing by the horror section if you've got the guts and spend time in the Creature Corner. You'll get a first look at the brand new Michael Myers mask from Rob Zombie's Halloween remake. Also, check out the trailer for Grace, the film that's been terrifying audiences at Sundance.
I'm just feeding the baby.
Be sure to enter one of their weekly contests, and you can win a DVD or a sneak peek of the next big release. Look, just because you're not a Hollywood player doesn't mean you can't feel like one. Stick to these blogs for all of your cinematic needs.
And in more movie news, the Sundance Film Festival concluded on Sunday, where the grand jury prize for documentary went to We Live in Public.
Yes, which I've been waiting to see for years. Literally years I've been waiting for this. It's the story behind Josh Harris, who calls himself the Warhol of the web. So congrats to him and director Andi Timoner, both of whom very excited for this. They're going to be here tomorrow live in the studio. And in a very roundabout way, Josh Harris is sort of responsible for G4.
Really?
And for a lot of the people that are here. Yeah.
Can you give us a little reason why?
He started basically the first kind of online internet television station in New York back way before there was broadband. People were watching, frame rate stuttering kind of things like that. And the guys that he hired to start a lot of their shows ended up coming on out here to start G4. And it's really weird. To this day, some people still work here that he really
Well, we'll all line
launched.
up and shake his hand.
We should.
All right, now, everybody, it's time to say konnichiwa and run down some of the strangest Japanese merchandise out there. Get ready to attack this.
Hi.
If the Japanese love anything, it's robots and Disney. In celebration of the 25th anniversary of the Transformers, Disney and Takara have teamed up to create a Mickey Mouse Transformer. Painted in classic red and blue, the robotic Mickey bears an impressive resemblance to Optimus Prime while retaining the signature giant ears. Much like the Autobot leader, the robot transforms into a red semi-truck, complete with a tiny Mickey Mouse that rides in the front seat. Aww. The toy will be released in late February and will make a perfect addition to your Transformers collection. Now, as we all know, the Japanese are pretty serious about ramen in a cup. And you can be too. Behold the My Vending Machine. This item is for Nissin cup noodle fans and stores up to 4 ramen packs, dispensing them with an exact 300 milliliters of steaming hot water. Additionally, the device also comes built with a 3-minute timer ensuring optimal ramen consumption. This machine is not for sale, and right now it only exists in Japan, so you'll have to book a flight if you want a very special cup of noodles. Hey, love cats but can't own one because you're allergic? Well, then pick up a Nihon Tomo. Using the most sophisticated and hot water bottle storing technology, the Nihon Tomo strategically hides a water bladder inside the body of a baby kitten, which fools consumers into believing the cat is actually alive. The kitten, don't say ew, the kitten stays warm for up to 8 hours, after which it becomes a cold, lifeless corpse. That is, until you reheat it, it's back to normal. Perfect for nursing sore muscles or hiding hot sake. This kitty cat costs roughly $100. That's 10,000 yen. And finally, do you wish your girl had bigger boobs? Well, the Japanese do. And they've got the solution. It's the F-cup. Yeah, the F-cup is a special cookie made from a plant from Thailand known to have unusual estrogenic properties. In short, it makes women's boobs bigger with a simple dosage of 2 cookies a day. Now, you might think, oh, Olivia, that organic stuff hardly does anything. Well, Mr. Condescending Viewer, according to the nutrition facts, eating too many cookies can throw off your hormonal balance. So, get a 4-pack for $3. Head on over to g4tv.com/ASES for info on all of these strange products and more. What? Still ahead, we'll check in with Proposition 5. Stick around.
Kind of dizzy. Coming up tomorrow on Only Way OTS
like me
and Gadget Prawn. Yeah, that took a lot out of me. Gadget PC Week concludes when we review the Digital Storm. It's got an Intel Core i7 2.6 gigahertz processor. No lag there, my friends.
Plus, National Pie Week reaches its epic climax when I jump into a giant pie as thanks to your 50,000 signatures, naughty French maid.
That's right.
Tune in to see the madness go down live in our studio.
I get it.
Make it 100,000. This boy gets in with me as a French maid as well.
We're good around 50. We're good around 50. Thanks, guys.
100,000.
And then, very excited, internet pioneer Josh Harris and director Andi Timmener will be here live in the studio to talk about their new film, We Live in Public. It promises to be riveting.
You guys go to g4tv.com/AOTS for all things you saw today and more. And do not forget to sign the pie petition at g4tv.com/pie.
Oh, here's a little pie update for you. We actually now have 51,307 signatures.